Hello YouTube, Jamie here from FM Scout. Welcome to episode number 2 of the Hidden Gems players. So, episode 1 went down a treat. You guys seem to really enjoy episode 1 to find some of these hidden gems, and we've got another 10 for you. So if you are new to this series, go back and watch episode 1. We produce you some hidden gems, and let me know in the comments, please, if you signed anyone from episode 1. Did you have a look at anyone? I know people are struggling with work permits and stuff, but maybe people in foreign leagues. Did you manage to pick up any of these players? Please do let me know. So obviously some of the hidden gems, they kind of, obviously people will know some of the players I'm bringing out. You may not know some of them. But again, it's just to kind of show you guys who may not know these players. So there is some high name players in here. Some players who was previously one of the kids on FM19 and stuff like that, who's available for cheap. But again, it's just getting the list out there, getting the players out there for you guys, for the people who don't know, and you can find new players. So let's get right into it. Player number 1 on the hidden gem list is a guy called George Tokudin. So this guy right here. So this guy's playing in Romania at CF Cluj. He's 27 years old, pressing forward. He's valued at 1.5 million. He looks very good. Probably definitely a backup kind of Premier League striker maybe. I mean, if you just got promoted and stuff, you could kind of use this guy in the first season. So this guy will cost you, he's valued at 1.5 million. So this guy will cost you 2.7 million for that guy. He's only on 5.5k per week as well. It's a very good option for the striker, a very good backup. He's got great mentals, physically good. He's an all-round player. Not bad finishing as well, but he is 27, so he's got a bit of experience as well. But, you could probably get him for like 1 million, which is absolutely amazing if you're just starting the save. Moving on to number 2, Harlem Guneri is the next one. This guy right here, again in Romania. Romania at the moment seems to be a bit of a gold mine. This guy's a target man, so if you do kind of play your target mans, it's valued at 1.6 million. Finishing of 16 is going to be very good in the Premier League. Strength, very strong. His jumping reach, his heading is good. So, it is a classic target man. 30 years old though, so that is the little downside. He is only on 5.5k a week as well. If we try and bid for him, it's going to cost you in the region of 1.9 million. If you had some installments into that, if you want to save the most amount of money, you could probably do 1 million up front and 500k like this maybe. So they're going to accept, it's only going to cost you 1.1 million. So yeah, a very good option if you are looking for some backup strikers. The first 2 players are strikers, I've noticed. So yeah, I mean, like I say, is a very good player. Moving on to number 2 is, I think, a Norwegian, maybe. Hopefully I don't offend anybody here. Looks like a Norwegian name. Yep. The next one is Eirik Estad. This guy is 22 years old. Again, he sounds familiar to me, so I might have seen him on the previous FMs. Obviously, the Norwegians and you guys will know him. But this guy is only 22 years old. Is an advanced playmaker. He can kind of play in the middle as well. He can play on the wings, or he can be trained to the wings. So he can even play DM. So apart from, saying that his tackling is only 7. But yeah, this guy is only valued at 300k and he's only 1.4k per week. This kind of guy would be great in the championship. And, I don't know what he could go to. So if you can make an offer, his value is 300k. It's going to cost you 1.4 million. So again, all the players we've shown you, you can get for potentially less than £1 million up front, which is absolutely amazing. For the stats we've just seen, it is really, really good. So yeah, that guy's going to cost you about 1.4 million, maybe less. The next one, so number 4, is Anders Tronsden. So this guy is Norwegian as well. So we've had two players in Romania. We've got a guy here who's Norwegian. So you shouldn't have issues with work permits with these players as well. So obviously on the first episode we were showing some like weird nation ones, but this guy, Anders Tronsden, is 23 years old, 450k, all-round player. Again, the stats, I assume he would improve. I've not got a scout report on him. But at 23, he's probably out of his development. He's probably got a few more increases. But yeah, for the championship or just promoted backup, if you can get good backup like this when you first get promoted to the Premier League or your lower league Premier League team, it's good players to have. So if you make an offer, it's 450k value, you're going to get him for 4.4 million. So it's a little bit more expensive. Maybe he has got some more potential than we don't know. So again, you might be able to get it down to 2 million or something like that. But again, it's pretty much it's a bargain. Players are really expensive on FM nowadays, and you have to find some bargains like this to get along, really. Especially in terms of depth, where you're going to be spending loads of money on wages. These are the type of player that can just fill spaces. They're good, and they're very low wages. So that's kind of what you want. Moving on to the 5th player, Robert Madrasah. So this guy is Croatian, 21 years old Croatian, is a midfielder, ball-winning midfielder, box-to-box as well. He can play ball-winning on both positions, which is fantastic alone. And, you know, he's got the option to play a lot. His passing's good as well. He's pretty much he's a very good player. I mean, looking at his stats, you know, he's got the passing, he's got the tackling. Apart from his finishing, he probably suits as a box-to-box. But personally, I'd play him as a ball-winning midfielder if he was to play with that. He's got all the right stats. He could do it in the Premier League, I reckon, in the first season. 350k. If you make an offer for him, it's going to cost you in the region of 1.4 million. So you can get him for actually lower than a million, which is absolutely insane. 875k is absolutely fantastic for a player like that. I'm not going to lie, that is brilliant. Moving on to the next one is Amir Gojak. So this guy, let's have a look. Let's pop him in. Is at Dinamo Zagreb. Is a Bosnian guy. 550k. His stats aren't as good as previous players we've just looked at. But he's only 21, so he's got the potential to get better. His determination is very good, which will obviously help his development. His work rate is very good again, which will help his development. Composure is very good. His finishing is a little bit low for a shadow striker. That's something that's quite worrying. Personally, I might play him as an AP because he's got all the greens here. But obviously, that's for you to decide. In terms of the offer, let's have a look. So he's valued at 550k. Moving on, he's going to get you for 1.4 million. So again, you could probably get him less than 1.1 million. If you just do some negotiating to save some money. So yeah, £1 million for Amir Gojak, which is a great signing. The next one I'm very excited to show you. So this guy actually signed for Bayern Munich in the second season. That's how crazy this is. So Dominik Livakovic, this guy actually signs for Bayern in the second season on my save I'm doing. So this guy is, I've never, honestly, I'm so happy I found this guy because he looks... I just can't believe what you can get for the price. That's all I'm saying. So this guy is currently wanted by, as you can see, Chelsea and Bayern Munich. So he didn't go in the first season on my save. So if you could bid for him straight away, you've got a great keeper, very cheap. So his value is only 1.4 million. He's 23 years old. If you make an offer, it's going to cost you in the region of 3.4 million. But again, you'll be able to get it down with some monthly installments and stuff. Without the monthly installments, you can actually get it down to 2.8 million. Which, again, for a goalkeeper of that magnitude is absolutely amazing. He's got 17 handling, command of area, aerial reach, rushing out, reflexes are all good. His passing is the downside, so maybe not a sweeper keeper. But is great, you know? For that price, you can't go wrong. And he's obviously got potential as well. Otherwise, why would Chelsea and Bayern Munich be sniffing around him? So, yeah, that's Dominik Livakovic. Moving on to the next one is Tiago Almeida. So this guy, let's have a look, is playing in Velez under-20s at AMC, 17 years old, so he's got the potential. And with that, even at 17 years old, he's got some great stats. So he's an AP, attacking mid. He can pretty much play everything apart from Shadow Striker. And I'm not, apart from, because his work rate's quite low and anticipation's quite low. His pace is quite low as well, so he wouldn't really suit as a Shadow Striker. But an attacking midfielder and an advanced playmaker, you've got the options to play and rotate between that. 2.1 million value, 17 years old. He's got the potential. If you suggest terms, it is going to cost you a little bit more. So bear that in mind. Obviously, you might be able to get it down to 5 million. But if you are looking for a guy that can maybe push into the first team, start in the first team, and have a bit of potential to improve, then this is the guy. So he is a little bit more expensive than the previous ones. So maybe have a look at him, get a scout report on him, look at his potential, see if he suits your team. And then obviously go from there. Okay, moving on to player number 10. And this is Roman Bezels, a guy at St. Trudians. He's a Ukrainian, actually. 27 years old, attacking midfielder. So this guy, he's only valued at 750k, and his stats are crazy. You've definitely got your penalty taker as well. But look at his flair, look at his passing. It's all great. And if you try and bid for this guy, it's going to cost you in the region of 750k, which is absolutely crazy. For a guy with them stats, you can't go wrong. And that is the end of the episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know you all enjoyed episode 1. I've got 10 players for episode 3. So you know, if you enjoyed it, please drop a like on the video, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.